Alright, back again. With another late timed stream, unfortunately. But we can at least get a lot of the talking done.
Performing search.
And take our tour of Basel. It has been a while since you've been here. At least it feels that way. The artisans of Basel are out in full force assisting the space program. I'd be right there flexing my chops at Giscard's side, I'm only 10 years younger. Hard not to resent these rickety old bones for refusing to cooperate.
Performing search.
Now, I believe... Well, I was going to say, I believe there are fewer NPCs here compared to the other towns, but it looks like it's just as populous.
The view of the town from up here is really something else.
Sure is. This is the most cutting-edge city in Calvert, after all.
There's so much to see. I don't want to miss a thing.
Let's get talking. That's incredible, boss. Can't believe you got to work on the rocket's metal fittings. Why didn't you tell me about it before, though? Because of one thing you've got. Because of one thing you've got and two you don't. Loose lips, restraint, and an attention span, in that order. Hell, just look at you right now. What happened to honing your craft? But at this point I can crank out perfect bolts down to the exact micro-rege. See, here are the ones from yesterday. We get a lot of orders for this size, so I made 1,000. In a single night? Now you just... Inventions aren't too shabby. Just about ready to shift gears. Bolts alone only cover half the battle. So, move on to nuts and get practicing. Yes, sir. So if I make 1,000 nuts, you'll let me see the rocket up close and personal, right, boss? You should be so lucky, you putz. Focus on honing your craft first. 1,000 bolts that hit this level of precision? Boy's only setting is at 11.5. Still in all, my little protege's really starting to make himself useful. He's doing the whole,
Let's search around.
talk down to them to keep trying to make them do better way of teaching. It's a very toxic way of teaching.
Running a search.
What the fuck was that? That was the radio.
Shark searching.
So I can't go to the main science building until evening. Or at least the afternoon. I was appointed to Basel without so much even a basic grasp of the sciences, so having to listen to academics and artisans talk about outer space leaves me feeling mystified. Just the other day, the children at Sunday school asked me about artificial satellites. Clearly my studies need brushing up on. Oh, my apologies. You came to worship, not hear my troubles. Let us offer our prayers to Adios above. By artificial satellites, do they just mean, like, how technically, like, just the man-made stuff that's circling around the Earth, like space junk, in our universe? Project Startaker at long last. Man sets his sights beyond the skies. Opinions made among the clergy were many and varied, but at this stage, all that can be done is to accept the progression of science. If nothing else, the will of the Church is unified now.
Performing search.
Impressive. That you... normally warring church factions never get along.
Let's search around.
Keep working our way down.
Shark searching.
Giscard Workshop.
Let's search around.
There's very out of the way. Let's go this way first.
Running a search. Those are Aerospace Force uniforms, aren't they?
The brand new branch of the military.
Very
I heard
white.
they got vets from the Army, Navy, and Air Force. But from the sound of it, most of the people they scouted specialize in intel.
I suppose they wanted a variety of exceptional people from all kinds of fields.
Heidi. President Gramhart is nothing short of remarkable bringing such a massive undertaking to fruition. Up until now, traveling to space was a notion no one took into serious consideration. And even if they had, it would have surely taken them decades to realize. I have little doubt that all the researchers and engineers on Project Starticker are brilliant, but our president may just deserve the lion's share of the merit. The one actually pushing for the whole advancement of technology, right? Someone has to put their foot on the gas. Got a literal truckload of deliveries to make thanks to the space program. Here to high precision parts? Well, all these are ultra precision, not the sort you can handle with half-assed care. It will be that some of this stuff will end up getting used in national projects. Makes my part in the pipeline feel pretty rewarding, actually.
Shard searching.
Grab that. This way is still blocked off. Tracer field, hey. Right then, Blanca is going to focus on the cases by the factories this afternoon. It's sure been a big help having you here since yesterday, Gray. Definitely. Thanks to you, I was able to concentrate on the outskirts this morning. What do you say? Why not transfer to the Basel branch permanently? I'm glad I could help, and it's flattering you to offer. But I really do have to go back soon. Sorry I can't stick around and give you the help you need. How dutiful of you. Hey, Alex. Hey, Gray. Sorry to barge in like this. Good to see you again, Fee. I'll be heading back into the back to the capital soon. Hey, are these guys Yes, I'm Reen Schwarzer. I intend Thor's with Fee back in Erebonia. You mentioned it. Didn't Toa go there too? Yep, except I was in the class before theirs, and these two are... Explanations complete. Skip ahead of that. It's an honor to make the acquaintance of the Empire's heroes, including ones who've gone a bit more unseen. Oh, we're not that big a deal. Can't say I know what you mean by that last comment there. I am a little concerned about a few things, like why you're here now. But as fellow others of the Radiant Wings during the war, I'm sure we can build a working relationship. I'm guessing the Republic's Guild is paying attention to this little event. They're not in any position to participate, so I doubt they'd do anything more than keep an eye on the situation. You're not wrong, but it looks like things have calmed down in Basel. Sure, but with the economic boom and influx of tourists, there's been a definite increase in our workload. It's nothing compared to the capital, though, and we do have a number of capable bracers. You should be fine even if Fee continues to work with her classmates. Glad to hear it. Anyway, I heard from Fee about you guys standing in as proxy Spriggans. Sounds like you found your niche, even if you are only using it as a platform for your own activities. Come to think of it, there have been rumors of forest PGs cropping up, even though Arkwright's not around anymore. I'm glad you guys will be handling them. I'm surprised you're familiar with the subject. We worked with Dan on them on a few occasions. All the same, I feel bad for borrowing Fee. Forest PGs aside, I hope there's something we can do to pay the guild back. You really don't have to worry about that. But with Gray going home, there might be stuff the Basel branch can't get around to. Monster formations, for one. Oh, I did hear Mr. Arkwright had accepted a lot of those kinds of jobs for the guild. That's right, we did ask Van for his aid in that regard. If you're acting on his behalf, I suppose it'd be okay to share those details. Monster extermination request. Og Canyon bounty. There are reports that a dangerous monster called the Jeremichizm has appeared in the Oog Canyon. We would greatly appreciate you taking care of this beast in the guild stead. Yay. Even to us. Yo, chess master, evening. This reminds me of the special operations we had during our time at Thor's. We should probably be ready for requests that differ from those quite a bit, though, given the line of work. Either way, probably won't be too far off from the kind of stuff I deal with. We'd already chosen to use the forest PGs to gain a foothold here, so let's make sure we do it right. We're going to be entrusting you with some work, regardless. Anyway, Fee and I are friends, so I hope I'll be able to help you if something comes up. And this isn't me speaking for the guild or anything, but we're really rooting for you. Thank you.
Commencing proxy Spriggan work.
Oog Canyon has been added to the travel menu.
I don't know what to do.
Let's search around.
Any crystals up here? Got one. I have to say, though, I never expected to run into the Empire's heroes quite like this. Thinking as a behind-the-scenes collaborator during the Great War, there's nothing poignant about it. It's an honor for us, too. Again to meet others who were under the Radiant Wings banner. Didn't mention after the fact that the Guild's Calvardian branches deployed a lot of manpower in particular. I see, so you were among them? Yep, I rolled out to provide what backup I could to the immovable in them. Every racer past a certain level of seniority is expected to contribute in some fashion or another. Actually, coming here myself really hammered that home. Everybody's hustling on every front you can imagine, plus some you can't. Gets me thinking Jin's stories back during the prince's wedding might have undersold you guys. Well, compared to the immovable, what we managed doesn't amount to much. But, be that as it may, fate brought our paths together, albeit under totally different circumstances. The world is moving in big ways right now, so let's all do what we can to the fullest. Although Basil played a big part in the space program, it's not nearly as crowded as Edith or Long Lie. Owing to that, the police and guild have been perfectly capable of containing the situation. As long as we don't get another major incident like last year's, we'll be fine, so rest easy and enjoy your stay. Day was bad. That sucks. But, I'm doing fine. Appreciate you asking. Had a usual, hangout day. Basically, it was the same exact as, it was like the other day when I said, like, I watched a few episodes of Fringe with a friend. A very wacky show. See, people from the Aerospace Force have been getting permanently stationed here in Basel recently. They're not on bad terms with the Guild, and they do their part maintaining public safety and handling your miscellaneous troubles. But they've also put up a wall of sorts between themselves and the rest of us. Dividing line's pretty apparent. Fringe? Yeah, like, Fringe science is basically the theme of the show. Every episode is sort of a, monster of the week thing that it's like barely explainable with science. And there is an overarching story across the whole season. At least we're only at the end of season 1. We're in like episode like 17 or 18. There's like there's like 20 episodes per season. And it's like an hour-long show, or at least hour on TV. It kind of reminds me, there's actually a really funny thing. I was like scrolling through the shows on the streaming service. It's on something. But you can actually see when you scroll through the episodes, like season 1's episodes are all like 52 minutes, I believe. Like with one of them occasionally being like 51 minutes, like that 1 second of difference for the time. But you can see, is either in season 2 or 3, the episodes just suddenly get shorter because they added more commercials in the runtime. So they didn't have as much time for the actual episode. And all the commercial break cut-ins are still there, so you can see how many commercials there normally would be. And there's a lot of commercials. Sounds like some Doctor Who shit. Possibly, I have not watched Doctor Who. I've been meaning to, but I've never gotten around to it. Let's see. Doing a lot outside to tread their territory, so to speak. I know I've already slipped some of our monster extermination work your way, but on the whole, I'd rather not take too much focus away from your upcoming exercise or what other business you might have. That said, you guys have proven yourselves more than dependable. We're all too happy to join hands in times of need.
Shard searching.
Look into it right after you shower.
See,
It is very weird.
so this is an arrow trip.
Episode 1
The
to
Empire's
episode
trying
2
to
was a
open
hell of a
air.
jump.
They don't look how I thought they would. Want to go for a ride?
Yes, let's try it out.
But we can't even go to this one because that leads up to the college or whatever. Where to? I guess there's the lower one to Newtown. But let's talk with everybody. We have a tour. And we've arrived. Welcome to Basil's famous artisanal district. Craftsmen here are highly regarded for their traditional techniques, which have been passed down and kept alive since the Middle Ages. Also popular is the locale's historical atmosphere, due largely in part to its many brick buildings and chimney-dotted skylines. Wow, Langport's first ward is a historic neighborhood too, but this doesn't look anything like. But it doesn't look anything like this. Oh, she's the chef, and that's the waitress from the one area in Langport. I don't know why. Longlai and Longport, I keep mixing both of them up into Longlai. But yeah, she's the chef that we did that one quest for with the LSD tacos. Let's see. You can almost feel the locals' burning passion pulsing through the air itself. Well, as far as creative fire goes, yours could stand with the best of the nation. My antiquing senses are picking up on some noteworthy finds just waiting to be stumbled upon. Jigen was, I can't remember, was he the guy who... Nah, I'm mixing him up with the guy who sells, like, crickets for food. Like the fried crickets. Let's see. Well, I'm just glad to see you all so enthusiastic. You'll have some free time right after this, so go ahead and take a look at whatever catches your eye. Oh, but while I still have your attention, let me give a rundown on some personal must-see spots from my last visit here. Our tour guide is really having a ball. You can tell this is more than just job tour. It's a lot like how you get when you're in the kitchen. This district must have been using the highest quality ovens and cooking appliances for ages now. Then you have the state-of-the-art oral burners and fridges they're probably developing here. Gets me wondering what sort of regional dishes they fostered. I knew it would. Your chef's soul never goes on vacation, even when you do. Or even when you do. Oh, it's nothing so grand. I just want to enjoy the local cuisine is all. Though of course, if I happen to gain any insights along the way, then why not put them to the test in my own cooking? Ooh, imagine what you could whip up with their techniques. It'd be flavor perfection for sure. Oh yeah, Young Fu came along on this tour too, right? Yes, much to my surprise. Maybe I should strike up a chat with them later. There. What is it? Nothing. Sigh. The culinarian in me is dying to learn more about the ovens and cookware they have in the artisanal district. That aside, though, I really should strike up a chat with Young Fu later. We both live in the same ward, but life is so busy lately that there hasn't been much chance to talk. A better time than now. Young Fu has been friends with my big sister since they were little. Ah, classic. The childhood friends trope. Them ending up on the same trip was a complete accident, but they might as well enjoy it together. So this is Basil's artisanal district, eh? Heard a lot about them. About the place from Glenkov. But it looks to be even more of a hidden treasure trove than I was led to expect. Oh, honestly, can you forget about work for one day in your life? Always pulling me back to earth. Still, when I gaze on this age-old red brick cityscape, well, it gives me a hankering. A hankering for some age-old red wine, that is. Reckon Basil is anything of the sort? Oh dear, everything in moderation. You have an awful habit of losing yourself when it comes to fine vintages. Do I? I'd say it's only normal to buy a set of 3. One for storing, one for drinking, and one for spreading the good word. Just the sight of these age-old streets gets my inner antiquarian all revved up. Even outside that niche, the place has a lot going for it. I'd have to be a fool not to dive in head first. My husband can be something of a troublemaker, but he's also well-versed in a plethora of subjects. It makes for a delightful travel partner. He'll always take the lead in historically vibrant locales like these, teaching me this or that as we go about together. Even if he didn't know a thing, though, I'd still never get bored. The man's a keeper one way or another. So what are they selling here? Ginger lemonade. I mean, I like ginger ale. We will investigate the billboard last. So. Hey, you guys tourists. Doesn't seem like you're staying with us, but you're welcome to relax and grab a bite to eat. My sister's cooking's pretty popular around here. She's kind of a free spirit, though, so don't expect the menu to stay how it is for very long. My sister's something of a free spirit. As for the one who cleans up after her messes, well, you're looking at him. Our online reservation and delivery systems are her brainchildren, but it was me who stayed up all night building it from scratch. Ah, so he's the programmer and she's the idea person. The classic, I have the greatest app idea.
That's so drowned.
Gag. Remember, if you're a programmer... Oh, it's, what's her name from LaBeryl. So this is where she went. But, forget what I was saying. Anyway. That's what I'm saying. All the workshops are tied up with Project Startaker. Between that, the booming economy, and orders pouring in by the droves, no one wants to take on our jobs anymore. Heck. The sun's high in the sky, yet here you are down your cups, Mr. Product Procurement. Now, drink up. There are times when all the hard work in the world doesn't amount to much. Sniffle. Oh, fellas, have another round with me, will ya? Free drinks. Welcome. Basel may be a city of engineering, but did you know about its delicious local cuisine? Take our Nustorts, or nut tarts, for instance. The recipe varies between families, so comparing them from place to place can make for a fun activity.
Any day.
What do you have?
Soul Chef Hamburger Steak. Bye. I guess we'll leave a review for
Come again.
Van on that.
So tasty.
Whew. Thanks for the meal.
We did do all these, yeah, we did.
I'll go ahead and send this to Mr. Arkwright.
If you wouldn't mind.
Green, 4 stars. From the sponge to the cream, this is one rich cake. The cherries and chocolate make for a perfect flavor pairing familiar to Erebonian palates. If only I could take one home. What's going on here? Oh, Ray's the guy who does the acerbic tomato stuff in LaBeryl. Must be tired after your overnight train ride, Lila. Really appreciate you coming out here, especially with how busy your store in the capital must be. That's quite alright. You've already apprised me of the situation. I do believe my old skills as a maid will prove fully applicable, so please allow me to put them to use. That's reassuring to hear. Huh? Lila, what are you doing in Basel? Why, if it isn't Miss Herschel, I never expected to see you here. Do you two know each other? Yes, Lila runs the LaBeryl boutique back in Eden. She even helped out at the Artemis Academy Festival. I did want to thank you for letting me participate. That aside, I presume these are the rumored members of Thor's? Wait, seriously? What? You've heard of us? Well, you are quite famous in some circles. I actually helped in negotiations during the secret development of the RSA-2. During the Retributive Tower incident, I had no idea. Seems she's not just anybody, huh? This is the first I'm hearing of this, too. But why are you, of all people... Well, I guess you could ask the same of us. Your circumstances do have me curious as well, but it isn't my business to pry. Nevertheless, I wish you the best of luck in your pivotal endeavors. Same to you. Well, hey, fate must have brought us together for a reason. How about we exchange private numbers and hash it out? Ahem, bro. The rumors, but they really do make a motley crew. Yes, depending on how things go, we may be seeing them later. They'll put up before SPG, surely. It is a privilege to finally make your acquaintances. Discreet though my part in the Retributive Tower incident was, I cannot help but feel a sense of camaraderie through it. Our circumstances at present notwithstanding, it would be lovely to sit down and chat in the near future, should the opportunity arise. I've heard a lot about Thors. Getting to meet you all here is an absolute honor. Me? I'm employed as a researcher at ZCF in Liberl. Lila's had my back in more ways than I can count. But personally, I'd be thrilled to work more closely with you all too someday.
Alright.
Running a search.
Investigate upstairs to see if there's crystals.
Running a search.
You got one. There's also a person. Hello. Lawrence. I'm a traveling engineering consultant. Up until just last night, I'd been on Anchorville on a business trip. It's a provincial city, but right on the outskirts is this massive logistics center. Supposedly, they'll be using the same management system as Vern's manufacturing plants. Gets me itching to put my expertise to work. Okay.
Shard searching.
Oh.
Running a search.
I don't see anything through the walls, so I think we're good to just leave. This room is very big. It's a very big family room, and this little alcove serves no purpose. Put a shelf in there or something. The orbital rocket Independence 2 was designed by Professor Jan Cronkite. His predecessor was a ballistic missile that Professor Callahan had been working on. Professor Cronkite changed it from single to two-stage, upped the output to its limit, and employed that new formula discovered last year. Essentially, he used every trick in the book it took to brute force us a path into outer space. He had a hand in manufacturing the injector nozzles, for the record, so you can bet I'm knocking on wood that it pans out.
Any day now.
I had a hand in the Overrocket's construction, so the launch 2 days from now has got me waiting with bated breath. Well, then I just remembered my son's taking his final exams at the Institute of Science right now. He likes to talk big game, but whether he's backing it up is anyone's guess. It's enough to put any decent father on edge.
Performing search.
Oh, they're racing. I forget, are we able to stop the cars? No. I feel like in the previous game we were able to step in front of the car and have it just stop in its tracks, but I could be misremembering. Or we never actually got the chance to do it.
We earned it.
It's so fast, even faster than yesterday. I want to race our RC cars too, when I'm older. I tweaked my Cutie Mobile's counterweight, so get ready to eat her dust tonight. As if. You're going down later, darn it. Hey, look at that. RC car racing's a big thing in Calvert too. I don't think it's all that common, but it makes sense for two kids in the heart of the automotive industry. I rigged the heck out of my car until I could finally beat Milia's. I know she's doing tune-ups like crazy too. I'm sick of always coming in second, darn it. Anyway, apparently there's some kind of event going on at the pavilion today. No way I'm gonna miss that. I'll ask Milia if she wants to come too.
Shard searching.
There
Something
is
is near.
our
Conduct a search.
garden portal.
Our reward's been deposited.
What's going on? The Basel Institute of Science is currently conducting its final exams. The prime opportunity to earn some supplementary income as a proctor. However, down the mining gallery just past here lies slime molds that can only be seen at this time of year. How could anybody expect me not to go sample collecting? Sure, it'll land me in the red this month, but who gives a damn? This leads to a mine for rare metals. Can't see a reason we need to go there now. Okay. You're a hell of a riot, lass. Who could match someone capable of toying with that stubborn professor? I wasn't toying with them or anything. We just get along. He didn't even get angry when my special mustard rounds exploded during my pencil soda armament experiment. I wish I could have seen that. Professor Schmidt covered in mustard. The fact he didn't make a big deal about it is pretty impressive. What can I say? The goddess seems to like me. The amount of stuff that she does, that's probably low on the list of crazy stuff. She just fits right in, doesn't she? That's our mint. She was doing maintenance until late, so she stayed the night. Maybe we should thank them again. The time I spent working on that tear thing of yours was worth it. There's no denying it's an older model, but the refinement that's been done is nothing short of extraordinary. Truly the jewel of the Empire. I learned a lot. You're giving us too much credit. Wish Georgia Makarov could hear your compliments. That young lady we were working with sure was clumsy though, wasn't she? I should say her way of dealing with trouble is, stimulating. It wasn't all that. I don't think that was a compliment. Thank you for everything. Because of you, we'll be in top shape for the exercise. We're looking forward to facing off against the rumored new assault frame. It's actually undergoing maintenance right now in another location. Young is overseeing it directly and is doing everything he can to make sure it's ready to go. You mean Professor Cronkite, the developer of the assault frames? The man they say surpasses even Epstein's 3 disciples. But shouldn't he be in the middle of working on the space program right now? So I guess that's his current that's his current title or whatever. How people say he's capable, that he in some ways surpassed the disciples, which I guess is fair considering space everything is currently the big hotness. Oh yeah, Young's doing this in his spare time. Wait, here, he's got some countermeasures to deal with your machines. Make sure you don't lose focus. Appreciate the warning, but you sure you should be helping us out like that? Of course, it's only natural we want the machines we worked on to be put to the test. Besides, I'm curious which will come out on top, Young's new creation or the heroes of the Empire. Oh, Mr. Giskard. Mr. Giskard, you're just like a boy with his action figures, aren't you? I'm rooting for you too, everyone. Give it your best later, okay? We will. Thanks. The Empire's got quite the interesting young woman in its midst. Sure, she makes a lot of mistakes and has some close calls, but her talent is the real deal. Apparently, back when she was a student, she was working during the war in the Empire. I've got a lot I could learn from her. So I was up until late last night tweaking the tier keys with Giskard and his staff, right? Because after we finished, a bunch of screws I forgot came tumbling out of my pocket, but those guys sorted it all out right on the spot. Yep, it's no wonder Giskard's workshop's the biggest name in the business. I gotta start taking notes. Knowing how much agony she puts those poor guys through is enough to keep me up at night too. I'm also involved in designing the new assault frame's cockpit, by the way. All the other fixings are Young's responsibility. He's off working on them somewhere else right now. You'll be in for a real toughie later, so give it your best, okay? We will. I can't remember. Weren't the assault frames before a bit more like it was more like porcelain color, like an off-white, and now it's like actual silver metal. I'm not misremembering, am I? Oh, are you the guest of honor from the Empire? They said you'll be taking part in a mock battle over at the Proving Grounds, so I'm more excited than words can describe. And if I could take a look at your pens or Solat sometime after, that'd make my whole week. Sounds like expectations are riding high. Try not to disappoint then. I sure won't.
Let's search around.
See, is there any on the upper level? Don't see any.
We have our music hour coming to you.
Outer space, properly defined, refers to the expanse beyond our atmosphere. That is to say, the area outside the layer of gases that envelop the surface we live on. Or to put it even more simply, everything above the sky. Building off that, there are two different types of satellites. Those that hang in the atmosphere, and those that hang in space. Prometheus 4, which we launched in May, is the first to fall under the ladder. All the ones up till then fell short of breaching the atmosphere, going instead into VLO, or very low orbit. I tell ya, it's a heck of a hurdle shaking gravity off enough to break free of the atmosphere. If it weren't for those new orbital rockets and Zeku's facilities, we wouldn't even have a prayer. Think of from us pioneers ourselves. Humanity's about to set foot in a world never before explored. So exciting.
No need to be shy now.
Multi-tool knife for fee, mechanics goggles,
Come again. What would you
buy
like?
rare items, can't.
Come again. What would you like?
Nothing new. Still only have access to Tier 3, which is fine. There's still only U Material Plus as items.
Come again.
Just currently a student.
No need to be shy now.
Not much we will be able to upgrade unless it's a specific colored slot. Let's see if there's anything good. Not bad. Got a decent number of slots open. Now we just need quartz to fill them.
Leave the adjustments to me. That is a single element slot.
I guess we should be stealing the brakes again. How much red do we have?
Next up,
I think we have enough to buy a few more.
coming to you live across the nation.
Leave the adjustments to me. That is a single skill set adjusted.
Why don't we throw
That
the
is a
brake
single
2 in there?
element skill set. That is a skill set. That is a single element slot. That is a single element slot.
See, he has action 1. I'll steal an action 2 from... We'll steal it from Kevin's party.
A new skill to utilize.
Recovery arts.
Let's tune. That's a single element slot, man. Shark skill. That's a single element slot, man.
Let's see. I feel like we should have more hit quartz, but we, for whatever reason, don't.
That's a single sharks. That's a single element slot, man. Shark skills remixed. Shark skills remixed.
Probably use more basic brakes too, considering.
Shifting to maintenance. That's a single element slot. That's a single element slot.
Maintenance mode engaged. That one's a single element slot. That one's a single. Shard skills updated. Shard skills updated.
Shift. That's a single element slot. Skills modified. That's a single element slot. Skills modified.
Let's tune her.
Shifting to
Maintenance mode engaged. Shard skills updated.
shifting to
Let's leave the adjustments to me.
Okay, everything is set in.
Come again.
I believe that covers everybody here, huh? Yep. Okay, let's look at the billboard. Grim Garden is last since it's required.
Right then.
Let's see, Hollow Core Head Scratcher. To further develop the Pocel Hollow Core we collaborated on last year, we are conducting tests in various locations around Basel. However, after integrating it with the training data we obtained, the results were unexpected. There's something peculiar about this new version of Pocel, and this may require a Spriggan's touch to get to the bottom of it. If you're able to help us, come find me at the inn in the Artisanal District. Associate Professor Athena. A bulletin board. This is where requests for fixes are posted? That's right. They're on pieces of paper with the 4SPG symbol mixed in with your everyday notices and flyers. Since Span's been to Basel before, it won't be long until more requests are posted here, with us having spread that the Spriggan arrived. In that case, it would be prudent of us to check the boards at routine intervals. That's a neat little system he cooked up. Where'd he even get the idea from? I bet it's way less intimidating for your average Joe to put a request here than bring it directly to a fixer. I think that's Van's way of showing consideration to his clients. It's definitely a different way of going about it compared to our special ops missions, but we might learn a thing or two from doing this. Looks like our request has already been put up. When we have the time, we should go hear them out. Well, they're already there, so might as well do it right now. She was not there before. Or at least she wasn't talkable. What could have gone wrong? Just don't see why this is happening. Excuse me, are you Associate Professor Athena? Yes, that would be me. The Athena part, anyway. As for the Associate Professor, I'm still not used to it. It's a lot of responsibility to take on all at once, so... never mind. Is there something you need from me? I don't exactly have a lot of time right now. See, I'm actually waiting for somebody. Because of the 4SPG you put on the bulletin board, correct? Sorry, we should have introduced ourselves first. We're from Thor's and we're acting on behalf of Archive Solutions. Huh? On behalf of? I was hoping Mr. Arkwright would come himself like he did last year. Hey, no need to be so disappointed. Our group can get the job done as well as his, guaranteed. Right. Once we put our minds to something, we give it our all. What now? I'm more comfortable with someone I already know. Should I just tell them to go? It wouldn't make anything better. Alright, I'll accept your help. Thing is, my request is about a certain holocore Mr. Arkwright helped me with previously. You mind if I give you a summary? Wasn't this the one that insults you or something? If I recall correctly? Of course. I think you're talking about Pocel, the holocore your posting said wasn't functioning properly. That's correct. Mr. Arkwright tested her for me just last year. She's equipped with an AI designed by Professor Cronkite to have an evolving personality. One that starts as an innocent little girl and matures over time into a grown adult. Oh, I had it backwards. It was the evolving one, but it was as a little girl and then, I guess, gets more refined in speaking. Anyway, it's that advanced? I had known about its improvements in performance, but to think AI research has progressed to such a point. Cronkite. Same egghead working on the new assault frame for the space program, huh? Margaret's Hollow's nothing to sneeze at either, though, from what we've heard. True. Except that one was developed by Marduk. Right, Mare. The professor actually used her as a starting point for designing Pocel. Since last year, we've been conducting a variety of tests over and over to encourage her growth. We even started implementing her into facilities around the city on a trial basis, with permission from the Verne Company's CEO. The resulting data was then integrated back into the latest version of Pocel, but then... that's when the problem started? It might be faster if you experience it for yourselves. Then, here's Pocel version 1.20 beta. Could you try equipping it and see how she reacts? Sure, we'll get right on it. Green. Okay.
Leave the adjustments to me.
It's a tutorial for changing holocores, if you didn't already do it. So we got regular Pocel, new Pocel.
Cacao here! You nobody sure looked out!
Huh. Nobodies? Hey, what's with the smack talk? Yeah, I thought you said she talked like an innocent little girl. Sorry about her. She didn't used to be so rude, really. I think I follow. All those tests around the city caused her to develop in ways you didn't foresee. That's right. Originally she had a sweet, lovable, service industry-friendly personality. But for whatever reason, this iteration has a blatant penchant for mocking and ridiculing people. It sounds like that one chatbot that Microsoft made on Twitter. And then 4chan heard about it and did their thing. And it took them less than a day to make that chatbot problematic and very, very racist. That was a hell of a year. That was like what, 2016 or something? Anyway. For whatever reason, this iteration has a blatant penchant for mind American people. Sniffle. At this rate, Paco's gonna grow into a hooligan, and after all the care I put into raising her. No need to be upset. I think we have a grasp on what you're asking for now. You want us to suss out the cause, yeah? Whatever it is that made her this way. Made her this way. The enunciation. Yes, knowing that should let me fix her before it's too late. Understood. We'll see what we can figure out. If there's a particular factor, then it's likely related to those trial runs. The odds are high. Could we ask what those tests entail exactly? We allowed Paco to handle various jobs in the city under human supervision. And not simple ones either. They each require a level of judgment while still leaving room to step in should things go awry. Specifically, she worked at the Aerotram platform and movie theater in Newtown, as well as Giskard Workshop. Pretty varied set there. Be kind of curious what they had her do. Sounds like we'd better stop by all three of those places and find out then. I'm counting on you. Paco's future's in your hands.
Let's 4SPG it up.
Was returned to Athena and replaced with another holocore on hand. It defaults to whatever the first one in the list is.
Leave the adjustments to me.
I believe that's what it was. Portal's
Well
found.
done.
That's a lot of tokens. That's like 200 things to get. I tested Pocel at the Aerotram platform, the movie theater, and Giskard Workshop. If you could figure out which one of them caused her to become so crass, I'd really appreciate it. I'm putting money on the movie theater. And the movies. The movies corrupted the malleable youth. And they moved across this place.
I have something to ask you.
Oh, look who's back. Something else you need? Yes, you see. Group explained Pox's unusual behavior. Well, that's unexpected, especially for something Yang designed. Wait, so she grows in functionality and personality? Talk about awesome, amazing. But, why is that a problem again? Athena wanted to know the cause of this unexpected divergence. Could you tell us the details of our implementation trial here? Not a problem. Follow me. Paco, compile a list of inventory changes following yesterday's tierping maintenance. Okay, all done. What, already? Wow, she took all that time and manpower right out of the equation. This feature was implemented for this test on an experimental basis. I've used the function a few times myself, and truth told, accuracy is on the edge of descent. What she spits out still got plenty of gaps in gas, so we have to tweak it after the fact. But damn if these few defects don't make the bugger more endearing for it. Oh, boss, I told you to speak more properly in front of Pocel. She's just a little girl. Try to have some delicacy. Quit being so obsessive. AI is just that, artificial. It's not as if I can't understand their sentiment, though. Agreed. Even if she isn't perfect, you can have a reasonably natural exchange with her. Modern artificial intelligence at its core is built off an aggregation of past data and knowledge, after all. Discounting the super technology the forces behind the scenes work with, it's a field with plenty of room for improvement, too. Agreed. Either way, getting to use her like this has been a right blessing for us. I don't recall any funny signs of that personality shift you mentioned. Zilch, huh? Damn, this one's a toughie. Still, any information is good information. Hey boss, can I talk with Pocel too? It's no skin off my back, so do what you like. We'll make a response as any less can, though. Great, time to see if I can question my way around the terminal's confidential data protections. Pocel, who set up the access policy and what for? Hold on a sec. Hey, cut that out before it actually answers. If Mint arrived prior to the test, then perhaps she's the root cause. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Immediately tries social engineering her way through it.
Yo, got a sec?
Seems like the Hollow AI is evolving pretty rapidly. It's not my field, but I'm excited to see where it goes.
I've got a question for you.
It ain't perfect, but Pockel's got her uses. But even if it's convenient, you can't rely on an AI to do everything. At the end of the day, if you want to finish a job and finish it right, then you need a human's touch, plain and simple.
Yo, got a
You
sec?
see, these people are actually talking smart about the proper use of AI. Use it as a convenience tool. It's another tool to make a person's job easier. Can't replace somebody fully, because it makes mistakes because it's stupid. But it's very good at spitting out a variety of data. Young was the one who designed Pocel. She'd been developing nice and steadily, I heard. But irregularities like this are bound to happen, I suppose. I hope she gets better soon. Let's get out of here. We have a few more places to go. Oh, wait.
Are your plans decided?
I'll keep it safe.
Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, Zed. I'll add it to my shrine.
What? Of course Nadia has a shrine. So, this is Basil's new town. Didn't really get a good look at it last night. It even looks cutting edge, doesn't it? Compared to Ruhr's stately look, this feels more elegant. That large building there is Vern HQ, right? Yep, the core of the Republic's industry. It brings multiple companies together, and recently they even joined the tech union. At this time, we can't say whether or not they're involved with today's event. I see. Perhaps we should be polite and say hello to the people involved. There's a number of other interesting places we're checking out too. And a lot of shops.
Care to stop by for a breather?
Professor Cronkite's favorite Roman cafe. After several visits, I'm starting to get a feel for where it sets up shop. What if I made an app that tracked it? I'd bet the student population would go wild for that. Wait, is that you, Miss Toa? Long time no see, Elisha. Looks like you settled into Basel from top to bottom. Yes, yeah. It's fun being surrounded by so many walking sources of inspiration on the daily. Must be another Armis Academy graduate. That school really pumps out the best and brightest, just like Thor's. This Roman cafe idea is pretty novel. Getting a drink feels extra special after you finally manage to track it down. Heya, welcome to my locally acclaimed Roman cafe. I set up shop wherever my heart takes me, so there's no telling if I ever cross paths again. That means this meeting could be once in a lifetime. How about cherishing a like one with a nice brew?
What can I get for you?
I would love to find a unique place like this. Unfortunately,
Hope it's to your satisfaction.
they're not around in America too often. Willie's Cafe Jelly. A popular dessert from Willie's Cafe that clears the mind in a single bite.
Whew. Thanks for the meal.
Willie's Latte. Willie's Specialty Cafe Latte, made with precisely measured milk.
Running a search.
Yeah. Let's get like this whole area first, and then we'll move to up here. So we'll start closest. So that's Basil's tram system. Isn't it amazing, Amalie? It's completely different from Racian's. This one has card authentication and cards that fly through the air. Well, compose yourself, Nelly. This is nothing the guidebook hasn't already told us. That said, must we ride it here and now? Why not take the bridge instead? Amalie, don't tell me you're too scared. It's okay, I'll hold your hand nice and tight no matter what happens. Don't be preposterous. I'm all within my rights to be wary of a first new experience. Cyber is just too adorable. Molly and I had our little misunderstanding before, but ever since clearing them up, we've been the most inseparable pair of pals in our entire music academy. And now I get to see these hidden sides of her. Who knew she was so adorable underneath? Sigh. I just sworn this girl was a touch more reserved. Perhaps Meek would be more apropos. Apropos? It feels like a very weird abbreviation. Ever since that singing competition, she's changed dramatically, as though a weight's been lifted off her. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. I'd rather prefer this more organic Nelly. Researcher. This is the Aerotram platform. Please present your certification card when boarding. I've heard the rumors, but it's even more beautiful in motion than I'd pictured. Yeah, you could tell just by looking at it. Looking that it's a smooth, gentle ride from point A to point B. Hard to pull your eyes away, huh? Apparently Professor Hamilton was the designer. If I could talk, that would be very helpful for these streams. For future reference, some Aerotrams restrict usage according to the rank of one's certification card. Your A-rank cards, however, will grant you access to most of the city's facilities without charge. So please, feel free to board at your leisure.
Running a search.
So, researcher, can only topic you.
I have something to ask you.
The Basel Institute of Science bound tram will be departing shortly. Oh, you're the guy who came to shop earlier. Good luck with your afternoon lectures. Thanks, Pocky-Poo. I'll give it my all. That was an awfully tailored response. Does she actually remember everybody who comes through? Maybe she's combining set phrases based on the information recorded on people's access cards. I wonder if she'd react to us walking past right now. This is only a trial run, so the one she speaks to are likely limited to those going to the Institute of Science. I'm somewhat jealous. Welcome to the Aerotram platform. Oh, it is the group from Thor's. Is something the matter? Did you misplace your cards, perhaps? Nah, nothing like that. We just had a little question for you. The group explained Pocel's unusual behavior. Possible adverse influences on Pocel. Unfortunately, nothing noteworthy comes to mind. Not like there's been any major trouble here either. If anything, you'd think the turnstiles would be swarming with guys hoping to hear a cute girl give them the time of day. As a matter of fact, they are every now and then. Generally speaking, however, Pocel has improved considerably. Her directions are sound and she'll even limit her conversations during early mornings and other busy hours. Can account for that? Recolor me impressed. Interacting with the multitudes of people entering and exiting must provide her with all the more data to grow from. With traffic that high, though, it'd be difficult to pin down a single factor. Yeah, this request might be trickier than meets the eye. I bet it was the Ouroboros chick. My apologies for not being of more help. Pocel's grown on me as well, so I wish you the best of luck at sorting this out.
Welcome to the Aerotram, operated by the city of Basel.
I have something to ask you.
Ride with us today.
Attrition is significantly lower now, courtesy of Pocel. It's been a great service to us staff members. Though the technology still has numerous issues to address, I do hope she can be put into practical use someday. Alright, let's loop around
Let's
this
search
area.
around.
Please, take your time.
What? Portable microwaves are sold out again? This store is operated by the Verne Company itself, yet even their enormous selection can't manage to keep them in stock. Nothing else for it. I'll just have to buy the latest handy home appliances the moment they hit the market. Ah yes, FOMO. It's good I heard that Forest... It's good I got that Forest PG up, but there's still no hide or hair of Archive Solutions. I'd really rather it be them who handles this problem. Sounds like a pending request. Let's check the bulletin board.
Welcome. Thank you
We
very
need to
much.
buy. What do you
Welcome.
got? Basel Tech Review July issue. Includes new details on the Independence 2. Also mist hairdryer for Altina. Possesses the ability to not only dry but moisturize hair. Ooh. That's a lot of covers.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Let's see, items... That's not items, it's...
Are your plans decided?
Thank you very much.
Let's see, books. Let's see what's going on in the Basel Tech Review July issue. We have some text. Engineering. Technical features of the Independence 2 orbital rocket. We would like to discuss some of the fascinating features and the development history of the Independence II, revealed in a report by the Aerospace Force and the Institute of Science. Basic principles of an orbital rocket. A rocket is a system propelled by a reactive force created by powerful jet propulsion. This idea dates back to the Middle Ages, where Easterners used fire arrow gunpowder weapons. In orbital rockets, propulsive power is generated by a special orbital engine releasing energy under high temperatures and pressure. Theoretically speaking, it has the potential to reach acceleration and altitude levels unachievable with anti-gravity engines. But the Project Startaker launch is the first time in history that this technology is being put through its paces. The design of the Independence II. The prototype for the Independence II was the Independence I, devised by the late Professor Callahan as a ballistic missile and high-altitude atmospheric observation probe made to counter the Empire's railway guns. Professor Cronkite made numerous changes and revisions when designing the Independence II. For example, to increase propulsion, he improved its energy efficiency by clustering engines and adding liquid propellants. Though to create the massive amount of heat and propulsion needed to push it into space, the rocket consumes orbital energy faster than it can naturally recover. On top of that, the part of the spacecraft which houses the generator experiences wear and tear from the internal pressure and heat. Although the rate of erosion is reduced by the liquid coolant, that alone isn't enough. The device which solves the problem is the multi-stage system, which disconnects the worn-out propulsion stages that have used up all their energy. Thanks to inventions like these, space is now finally within humanity's grasp. Internal relations. 2 months pass since Vern joined the Tech Union. It's already been 2 months since the Vern Company joined the Resumeria Tech Union in May. Although many voiced their concerns at the time, the company is already building fruitful relationships with the other member organizations. First and foremost, they have joined hands with the Epstein Foundation for the internalization of the Zypha standard. Collaboration will be key in the development of future communications technology, including satellite communication. The Foundation has made their commitment to that end. Vern has signed several agreements with the Reinford Company, primarily in regard to joint development and licensed production in the heavy industry sector, and as a result, these once fierce rivals are now engaging in friendly co-opetition. With the Vern Company putting pen to paper with other organizations in their industry as well, they wasted no time in making major waves within the Union. Since the Vern Company sits among the highest in the Union in terms of financial power, market share, and number of pens, it's easy to imagine their influence growing to new heights. Going forward, the Vern Company and the Republic may very well be leading the charge within the world of technology. Medicine. Research on artificial limbs progressing smoothly. Could artificial organs become a reality? The Basel Institute of Science has reported partially successful results in its clinical trials of artificial biological limbs, bringing it one step closer to practical use. Artificial limbs are a further development of nerve-connected mechanical limbs. Not only do they move like real limbs, but they include functions like sensory feedback through a network of artificial nerves and temper regulation via artificial blood circulation. If they come to pass, they could reproduce sensations and find motor movements that are very much akin to what real limbs can provide, so we can give Victor his arm back. Parties involved have expressed their eagerness to bring them to those who lost limbs from injury or illness as soon as they can. What's more, by applying the knowledge gained from artificial limbs, which can be organically connected to the human body, it may be possible to create artificial organs in the future as well. Were this to happen, countless lives could be saved, including those with serious organ diseases. On the other hand, many people harbor trepidation over the continuing blurring of the boundaries between humans and machines. Astronomy. The Great Conjunction, the celestial show of the century, to be held in August. The Great Conjunction will be visible in the sky in late August 1209. The Great Conjunction is a phenomenon wherein the moon, the sun, and the Scythian planets line up in a row, and when viewed from the ground, they appear to overlap in one spot. As this only occurs once every 1,000 years, it is quite literally the celestial show of the century. I hope all readers will be able to make time to witness this once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event. That is almost certainly the event that they were warning us about in this year. Almost certainly. That is what's happening in 1209 that they're warning us about. To gather the Ocgeneses and stuff. So you looked into,
running a search.
The show, Chessmaster, it seems. Are we able to fish from this height?
All right, let's begin.
No, we can't fish. It's too far down. Five scenes of supporting exactly 100 episodes. 5 years. Don't know the many seasons. I believe it's 5 seasons. It was during like the era of like that show was around the same time as like the best one I could come up with is House, where basically every year they had a new season. I don't even think they took a year break for House. I'm pretty sure this show didn't take a break either. You could also tell it's old because everyone isn't using an iPhone. At least in season 1. Yeah, episode 1, the pilot episode's plot to season 2's plot is it is probably the most hilarious topical jump. It just goes from, let's see, if I'm not mistaken in my memory, it goes from deadly flesh melting disease thing to this woman basically giving birth in a single day, and then the baby just continues aging insanely fast. It's a huge fucking jump, episode 1 to episode 2. It's a good show though. It's very fun. Anyway, we should probably actually get on with the dialogue. Oh, are you the ones you were contacted about? Yes. You remember the Epstein Foundation's local branch, correct? Chief Plato said she would pass word of us along herself, just to be sure. Right, she did. Welcome to Basel. You can find the Foundation and ZCF in the building behind me. If anything comes up during your stay, just let us know. We'll do whatever we can to help. That's reassuring to hear. Thank you very much. Up until last year, our relationship with the Byrne Company had grown cold due to their exclusion of the Foundation. But thanks to ZCF's, or rather the Tech Union's mediation, joint research between us is resuming. You're all involved in Project Startaker, I'm told. They didn't get too in-depth with me, but I wish you the best of luck.
Any day now.
The antics are just too similar to Supernatural and not in the good ways. I have no idea what that means, as I've never seen Supernatural. And I never really looked into it too much, so I don't really know anything about it other than it being angels, demons, and stuff. Fence is locked. Apparently this road leads to the test site, but, well, we don't need to do anything rash. Let's just wait for them to contact us. As we will do. Oh, Cotter, always the weapons nut. And yeah, you don't have the chops to use them yourself. Guess that part of you never changes either. Off. I know I don't look it, but I got some clout as an engineer now, so cut it out with the babying. Anyway, did you finish your business in Basel, Mom? You came to pick up some custom-made parts, right? Well, down to see my sweet little boy on the job. Now that I've done both, it's probably about time to get my butt back to Anchorville. No reason I can't tour Aldra's new plant before that, though. Sigh, there goes my mom's factory fanaticism again. She says I'm the one who never changes. That reminds me, I hear Marduke's newest armaments are starting distribution. Yeah, maybe they've hit the market with another lineup made from the latest tech. One particular feature are these new frames that are designed using Hollow AI. I knew I was right to ask you first. Missing out for particularly this good Supernatural might just be effective. From what I hear, isn't Supernatural they wanted to end it in season 5, but they basically forced them to make another was it 5 or 7 seasons? Doesn't it have 12 seasons or something crazy like that? And the show just stopped being good after that point, or as good. 15 seasons, and I'm pretty sure it was season 5 where they said the creators originally wanted to end it, if I am not mistaken. It's like how it's like with Dexter, how I think it was supposed to only be 1 season, and then they kept wanting more seasons, and it's it was only supposed to be a number of seasons. I can't remember which one it was where they said Dexter gets horrible. That is also a series I have not seen, but I have heard about. Where it's I mean, same thing with Westworld too. Season 1, peak television. There's very few shows that are as good as Westworld Season 1. And then Season 2 is not as good, but it's still pretty good. Then Season 3 is kind of a mess. Honestly, I was kind of interested in Season 4, and then they got canceled, so we'll never get a conclusion to the series. A shame. Let's see. Gray is here. Maybe I'll browse through their custom handgun parts before I go back to Edith. Doesn't he use a sword? Oh, Fee, good to see you again. Patrolling around Basel with the Thor's crew before your big exercise, huh? Alex tells me you guys are doing proxy work for the Spriggan, too. Sound like that? You heading back to the capital already, Gray? Yeah, on top of my original liaison duties, I've been here helping out from last night to this morning. Hopefully it made a difference, even if it wasn't for all that long. It's hardly the only city going through it lately, but Basil's issues are a whole different ballgame. So from how things look when I stopped by last night, I'd say you made yourself pretty useful. Glad you think so. If being here for less than 24 hours had that much of an impact, you must be one outstanding bracer. Enough to land senior status in just a couple months. Hit a few bumps in the road along the way, but now he's got people out in the provinces leaning on him too. I've been in Basel on liaison duty since yesterday, but Edith needs me back over there soon. Sorry I can't be of any help to you guys, but you've got my support for what that's worth.
Performing search.
Bathrooms. Why is this one random guy hanging out by the bathrooms? Welcome. If you're looking to buy or modify weapons, this is the place. My mom's here visiting right now, but you can just ignore her. Got
Allow me
it.
to assist.
So we get Soul Chef, food provisions. Does Fee make that? So we have better weapons for everybody. Cool. Survival vest, which is better than everyone else's current gear. Same with the fiber gear. It's not like we don't have the money. And this gives everybody a big speed boost of 6 speed each. Kinda nuts, actually. And he doesn't have a unique accessory. Alright.
I hope to see you again.
Should be good. Soul Chef. Also, we should probably double check our gourmet tab.
I'll put my skills to the test.
Handmade hamburger steak.
Luna taught me how to make this.
It literally says that, which is interesting. Is that the only recipe she has? And that's why she has that dialogue for it? Hamburger steak Una passed down to Altina, who poured her all into making it. Off-the-cuff survival stew. Stew brewing with gamey flavors that Fee often ate while still part of
Now
Zephyr.
we're cooking. Try this. Chef's recommendation.
So we need more beast flesh still. Eisen Espresso. Espresso brewed in the style of a certain region in the Empire's Nordia
Let me
province.
show you how it's done. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
That covers everything but the thing we need beast flesh for. And we can't even buy beast flesh from the trade guy.
Whew. Thanks for the meal. Whew. Thanks for the meal.
Arts attack +9.
That was delicious.
There we go.
Let's search around.
Oh,
Say,
movies.
this is where we can watch those Orbital movies, right?
Oh boy,
Yep.
Orbital
Sounds like they
movies.
just built this one in Basel recently. Calvert is the home of Orbital movies, after all. Perhaps we should make time to see one while we're here?
Makes me curious what this area exactly looked like in the previous game. Or I guess more specifically Daybreak 1. Or I guess Daybreak 1 or 2. And I think we were in 2, right? If I'm not mistaken. Crimson Fist. I'm guessing that appears to be MMA. Also, we can watch Golden Blood, apparently. Also, topic. Welcome to Cinema Echelon. Our theater just opened this past spring. We use the latest in movie screening technology to provide an incredibly realistic viewing experience. It's sure to amaze, especially for those visiting from abroad. Please, give us a try and see for yourselves. Seeing if there's anything else.
Excuse me a moment.
Bring up the topic first. This is slightly more important than watching a movie. Your group explained Pocel's unusual behavior. Huh? That doesn't sound like our little Poc Ellie at all. I mean, she's done nothing but good for us here at the cinema in more ways than one. Pocely, you're quite attached, it sounds like. What sort of tasks does she perform here? Well, she primarily assists us here at the ticket counter. Let me demonstrate. Oh, Pocle, I'd like a ticket for Crimson Fist. What times are available? Okay, let's see. The next showing seems to be full. But we do have an open spot at the one after that. Row J, seat 14, about in the middle of the theater. Why not buy a juice or soda to sip on while you wait? Ah, it even knows the marketing tactics of trying to sell something else on top of what you're originally selling. As you can see, she offers suggestions to customers based on the relevant data. Sweet. This whole process is as quick and simple as it gets. Definitely seems handy, yeah. You said primarily, though. Are there other things you have her help with? As a matter of fact, she takes part in the actual screenings themselves, too. We've been experimenting with things like having her analyze scenes and adjust the volume accordingly. That's pretty involved. It certainly has the potential to elevate the experience. Upon getting approval from distributors, we hold limited public test screenings for those interested. In fact, we just so happen to have open seats for one right now if you'd like to see for yourselves. Well, if you're sure it wouldn't be an inconvenience. This is almost certainly where it's happening. Oh, it's the Fire Shark one. It even has swearing. Now, what the fresh hell do we do to deserve this nightmare? Pick it up and run already, you... Something dragging bitch. This is your fault anyway for trying to get it on here of all places. Wow. Anyway, should I just say the whole thing? Nah, I won't. The C word is usually problematic, saying. Dick, not so much. Say it again, shitbag. I swear to motherfucking Adios. I don't remember there being this much swearing. That's probably what's happening here. That movie really was something. To think my first Orbital film ever watched would be such a tempest of gore and profanity. I assumed it's among the sexy, scintillating spectacles of gaudy infamy. Nah, this is by a different director, and a pretty unique one in their own right. Well, whatever they're putting down, I'm into. Might be cheesy and low budget, but that's what gives it so much character. Sharkferno first hit theaters sometime last spring. When it came to releasing nationwide, though, the distributor deemed it in need of heavy modification. They then came to us with the re-edited version upon hearing our test. Apparently it was just the opportunity they've been waiting for. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed your optimized cinematic audio experience, courtesy of Lil Pockely. So did they censor the dialogue? Is that what that was? There's no denying the volume and sound effect mixing was excellent. Must be an awfully powerful hollow core to be able to process all that in real time. Yeah, and I thought I was amazed with her before. This is all very informative, thank you. Not at all. Come back and catch one of our normal showings too sometime. Well, you managed to cover a whole lot of ground. Guess you just helped our AIs progress, though. You figure it'll ever replace human beings in the workforce down the road? Not for most jobs. Like, 90-something% of jobs are safe. If the businesses are not fine with AI fucking everything up, which they do. Like the multiple instances of the like AI drive-through stuff. Remember when those were happening? And basically people would just find ways to break the AI. I still remember a funny one. The I don't remember what the guy's name is. It's like the guy from like I know the show is called like I Think You Should Leave, which is like it's a comedy thing from one specific comedian. But there's the there was the Pay It Forward skit. The whole thing where like he says like, yeah, I'm gonna pay pay for the guy behind me. Like I'm gonna pay it forward, and then he just speeds to the drive-thru to get behind the guy. He's like, I like 99 burgers, 99 fries, 99 shakes. Somebody did that to the AI, and an actual person had to step in because obviously it looks like an error. Anyway, that's what you should do if you ever experience in a drive-thru somebody has like an AI thing. Just break the whole system. Anyway, our Professor Epstein warning about something along those lines in his lifetime. The idea of a technological singularity which came up in regard to Elysium 2 years ago as well. There's definitely much to chew on here, but I think I understand things a little better now that we finished our rounds. It may be that Pocel is influenced by more than just one factor. Yeah, I was thinking the same. It's still only a hypothesis, though. Let's just sort out our intel as best we can and report it to the client.
This new movie theater is so
Well,
nice.
let's actually watch a movie.
Excuse me a moment.
See, little Pocel is just adorable. I'm getting more attached to her by the minute. You could even adjust movie audios mid-screening. I'd be tempted to adopt her once the test sting's over.
How
Watch
can
a
I help
movie.
you?
Crimson Fist, Perfect Driver 2, and Gloria. Okay. So it's the Gloria re-release. I mean, I forget was Perfect Driver 2 the one that actually showed up in the previous game? I don't think we've seen Crimson Fist, so I guess we might as well just watch this one. Let's punch some stuff. 5 of them made their way into the theater, having decided to take a break and watch a movie. A lonesome girl named Beth, born in the E7 OST. Born in the slums, turned to a life of crime and ended up in prison. But one day she received a letter that would change her life. It was from a man named Mikey who had once made a name for himself as a boxing trainer. Got talent for boxing, kid. You just gotta hone your skills. Although Beth scoffed at the letter at first, as time went on, she eventually decided to start training on her own. Eventually, the day of her release came, and Mikey was right there waiting for her, inviting her to train with them and become a champion. But the path of a pro boxer was more arduous than she could have ever imagined. Mikey, who had become a mentor to her like none other, was diagnosed with an incurable disease just before the biggest match of her career. After he fell into a deep coma, one of the doctors said he'd never recover from. Beth was forced to go it alone. Tinnitus.
And Beth's down on the mat yet again. Could it be that her opponent, the welterweight champion Grizzly Bonanza, is just too far beyond her to beat?
It's no good. She'll never beat that monster.
I hate to say it, but maybe she should just stay down.
Get up! On your feet, Beth!
I can't see. Everything's going dark. I can't.
Listen up, Beth. You got a natural talent for this sport.
Mikey?
But before you can go anywhere, you gotta believe in yourself. Work on those moves. And don't do it for me. Do it for your future. All that strength you've been building up, it ain't gonna let you down. I know it'll point you in the right direction when you're up against the wall.
That's right.
Mikey believed in me. The most important thing you gave me is right here inside me. Coursing through my blood and my fists. Believe, Beth. Believe in all those days of training. Believe in yourself. Gotcha!
She nailed her! That was a perfectly clean hit!
Thanks, Mikey. I promise I'm gonna bring that belt home for you.
Watch Hajime no Ippo, even though we will never get a 4th season. Very good show. Wow, Nina brought a ton of energy to that role. Agreed. It was even a bit overwhelming at times. I found myself almost intimidated by some of the scenes. I've seen other movies she's been in, but I was pretty surprised how this one turned out. Yeah, for me it was almost like I could sense her presence even though it was through the screen. Eastern martial arts call it chi, or ki. I guess we should call it ki, right? During sword fights, it's something I feel all around me, striking the air like tremors. The movie gave me the same feeling. Guess her putting her all into her acting could be considered similar to a martial artist's dedication. Damn, it's feeling like the real deal to a divine blade. Nina must have really done her homework for the role. Though it does make me wonder if that was all really just acting. Could be she's actually got the guts to bet her life same as the character. Either way, her acting was amazing. Loved her moxie and how genuine her feelings for Mikey seemed. But her fight scenes were also next level. For real, the way she put behind her punches made them feel real, you know? Like she was actually punching the other person. And when she fell to the ground, it was so convincing I almost felt it myself. Apparently in some older movies there were times where actors really did hit each other. They couldn't let Nina do that, of course, but good acting and editing can help make it still feel believable. It felt as though I was actually watching the match from the front row of the ring. The power of film and acting truly is something to behold. Even if she's a method actress, is that really enough to explain all the ki I felt? It was almost like it wasn't just acting. It was as if she took a real person and recreated them down to the smallest detail. Oh, looks like you're selling commemorative brochures. As they do. Now, can we watch a second movie? Can we watch Perfect Driver 2?
This new movie theater.
We're watching Perfect Driver 2.
How can I help you?
Gotta get those connection points up. I believe Aslan was in this movie, right? Philip, a young fledgling Z1 race car driver, is the son of Louis Adler, the legendary racer. Tormented by the crushing weight of his father's legacy, Philip rebels against him, shattering the bond they held in the process. Shortly thereafter, Louis gets into an accident and perishes on the spot. With little time to process the untimely death of his father, Philip is thrust into the Grand Prix, his focus fractured and his will dwindling. But then, in the final lap of the race, when all hope of victory is nearly lost, the words of his father echo in Philip's mind.
The thing you gotta aim for ain't the finish line. You're gonna have to think way beyond that.
If you're not first, you're last.
If you wanna be a legend, set your sights on a goal to call your own. Then speed past it.
Unbelievable! Philip's taken the lead. He's past last year's champion, Max. Look at that little Lino of his go. Something's really lit a fire in him. Nothing's gonna stop him now.
That little punk didn't even spare me a second thought. Who on earth is that kid racing here?
I found it, Dad. I found my goal beyond the finish line. I just wish I could have found it while you were still here. I'm gonna leave you in the dust, Louis Adler. I won't stop racing until I overwrite every legendary record you ever set.
Alright. kinda doubt we'll get the chance to sit and watch a whole live Z1 race this trip. But at the very least, seeing this kick-ass movie made up for that a bit. For sure. And that this is the birthplace of orbital vehicles and racing, I'm not surprised the film felt so detailed and realistic. Also, the scenes of the characters living their lives outside the racetrack were so well done I was sucked right in before I realized it. It brought me back to those times I helped test the orbital bikes. The sound of the engine rumbling and the feeling of slicing through the wind at blinding speeds. I get why they'd put their life on the line for that. Absolutely. As a fellow gearhead, the whole film really spoke to me. But even if I wasn't, a movie like this is still the kind of thing that'd get a guy real fired up. In fact, I'm ready to jump into an orbital bike race right this minute. Is there any happening nearby? That reminds me, I recall hearing from the Foundation the Republic is considering inviting foreign teams to participate in future Z1 races. If so, perhaps the Rhineford group would put together a team of its own. If they allow orbital bikes, I bet Angie would be a perfect representative for the Empire. Ooh, yeah, Jellica enters, I'd be better off waving the white flag before I even get to the starting line. True. Oh, that reminds me. I think I remember hearing they cast active Z1 racers in this movie. Yep, Max is played by Maxim Lugan, the 4-time consecutive champion. Apparently he helped supervise the movie. Maybe that's why it felt so realistic. That's so. He sounds like quite a capable person. I don't know about that. Rumors painted him as a womanizer and kind of an all-around mess. At least until, like, half a year ago. Also, there's still a chance his winning streak will come to an end soon, with all his younger competitors nipping at his heels. Oh, seems like there's a lot going on with them. Well, at the very least, that doesn't change the fact that this movie was fantastic. Yep, just pump up those numbers.
This new movie theater is so nice.
It took a while, but we finally made it to this upper level. But the issue is, we're probably need to take a break for now.
Well done. We earned it.
So I need to get to bed. So, yeah. At least we're mostly done with the dialoguing. So, till next time then. Have a good night.